What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. We got some absolutely crazy stuff here. A major senator leaves the Democratic Party. What this might mean here, we'll go over that here in this video. Also, some crazy news leaked about Twitter suppressing information and what it means going forward. We'll go over that here in this video as well. Also, we're giving away thousands of dollars here in total to our viewers here, and we have been doing so for a while. If you can guess a trivia question, which I will have for you guys in this video, you could win money here directly from us. I will have a trivia question for you guys in this video and trivia questions here every few videos going here for the rest of the month and even further going past this month here as well. So make sure to watch this video all the way to the end, and I'll give you guys a trivia question. You could win some money directly from me, and there'll be even more going forward all the way till Christmas. Yeah, so if you're new to our channel, make sure to click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on new videos. It's completely free to do so. Click the bell icon after you subscribe, and thanks so much for liking and sharing these videos. All right, let's jump right in. We got a lot to talk about here in this video. So, Senator Kyrsten Sinema from Arizona, who was a Democrat, officially announced she's leaving the Democratic Party. This comes right after the Democrats had secured their 51st Democrats in the Senate, and yes, and had also elected Chuck Schumer to the Democratic leader again in the Senate. So he has been elected leader for 2 more years. She has announced she's going to be an independent, not a Republican, an independent. A lot of people would say she's been a rhino for a while, even though she said she's a Democrat. Some people would say that about Joe Manchin as well. But she's now going to be an independent. Now, this will be interesting to see how she votes going forward. Remember, she typically votes, or almost all the time votes with Democrats, although this could be changing going forward. Maybe she'll vote with Republicans a little bit more. Remember here, though, that Democrats without her have 50 votes. With her have 51. So if for example, if she votes with Republicans going forward with some votes, they would still have 50. And in tiebreaker situations, the 51st vote tiebreaker would still be the vice president for 51. However, then there's Joe Manchin, who could swing the other way sometimes as well. The other political implication here is that both she and Joe Manchin are up for re-election. Joe Manchin could have a very tight race next time around as well. Remember, West Virginia is a typically Republican state, and he won as a Democrat. But Joe Manchin's he's a stronghold type of guy. He's been a former governor in West Virginia, so he's a name in West Virginia, but has been very controversial here. So Republicans are going to try to challenge him big time in West Virginia. Kyrsten Sinema, on the other hand, has not been very popular in Arizona here recently at all. She's a freshman senator. She was in the House of Representatives for them, but her polling and approval rating for Arizona has been abysmal. Now she's leaving the Democratic Party. And, for example, Bernie Sanders is technically an independent, but caucuses with the Democratic Party and most of the time votes with the Democratic Party. Not all the time, and he'll criticize the Democratic Party openly on a lot of things. For example, the CHIPS bill recently, he openly criticized them, and he openly criticized them on the Inflation Reduction Act, on several parts of it as well. He will speak his mind, okay? Kyrsten Sinema, there could be a significant problem with this because of funding. Now, one of the reasons she may have switched to independent is because it's come out here that some of her top donors, her like individual donors, were actually Republicans. And same with Joe Manchin. So especially when they were kind of going against the Biden agenda, some of their top donors were actually Republicans. Yeah, but what might be very kind of interesting, for lack of a better word here, is when she goes up to run again, which is now less than 2 years away, 2024. Um, that's the Democratic Party might not back her. And honestly, I could see a scenario where a couple different things happen. One, the Democratic Party literally could back another Democrat, and she might not even win the party's candidacy, and they could just put another Democrat in there and you know go into the polling, and she might not even win the initial round. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see on that if she even makes it that far. I mean, she could. I mean, she is the candidate there now. Then would she win against a Republican as well? Because her polling numbers are abysmal, her approval numbers are abysmal, and now she's basically saying to her own party that she's leaving her party. So we'll see, and I'll keep up to date, and we'll also see what happens here in the next 2 years. It'll be interesting. Twitter Files Part 2 and Twitter Files Part 3. Um, Details on this. Twitter File Part 2 claimed to reveal that the platform limited some actual accounts reached and being kind of shadow banned, or saying, oh, that basically their accounts were not being pushed out to viewers, but that was already public knowledge, and in line with Elon Musk's new freedom of speech, not freedom of reach policy. And Twitter Files Part 3 is now revealing what led to Trump's removal from the social media platform. Journalist Matt Taibbi, and also in kind of coordination with Elon Musk, have been basically dumping information and kind of internal documents from previous Twitter, before Elon Musk was owner, of internal employee documents and meetings and all sorts of things that went on at Twitter to the public and just kind of photo dumps and internal document dumps and all sorts of stuff to sift through, of which some people are saying there's a lot here, that is kind of we've been shielded from the truth. Some people are saying, nah, there's not much here. Some people say making a bigger deal of this. Some people say, no, this, we shouldn't have freedom of speech. So you guys can let me know your thoughts here on this. But in this Twitter Files Part 2, they're basically saying that on Twitter, a lot of people were kind of shadow banned, where they would tweet out something in relation to where they were basically like disfavored tweets, and mostly from Republicans, and basically they just wouldn't reach a large audience, and they call it shadow ban. And yeah, so now they're releasing documents that is potentially showing this to be true. You guys can let me know your thoughts here on this. Um, yeah, so Elon Musk's he's trying to be the revealing a lot of this stuff. He's saying the freedom of speech. Also, remember, he just banned Kanye West from Twitter here again. So freedom of speech only goes so far, because I mean, you guys can let me know your thoughts here on this. But yeah, it's similar to the whole, you can't go in a crowded room and yell fire if there's not a fire. You can't put people's lives at risk. Um, so yeah, there are rules and laws around free speech, believe it or not. Yeah. So You guys can let me know your thoughts on this, but this is what's going down now, right now, and there's probably going to be even more revealed about this. So yeah. Now, apparently, Elon Musk said that going forward, they're going to try to reveal some type of system where you would know your true account status and whether or not you are shadow banned or limited, your post reach are limited, or something along those lines, which would be really nice to know something like that. Um, so we will see. We will see. Remember, the Twitter is a pretty important platform, just like Google, Facebook. Um, because a lot of heads of states, presidents, and foreign presidents and political leaders, celebrities use Twitter or even Yahoo, even use YouTube to get their message out there and talk to millions of people. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Just like I'm talking to you, I talk to thousands of people every single day. YouTube and Twitter, very, very important platforms. Also, there's a lot of controversy and mixed feelings about President Biden bringing home a two-time Olympic gold medalist Britney Griner, the women's basketball athlete, with the prisoner exchange from Russia for the Merchant of Death. And, rightfully so, rightfully so. You could put me on either side of the equation and I could argue for it or against it. There's also the argument that they should have brought Paul Whalen home, the former U.S. Marine, and served in the armed forces, also ex-police officer. He's got a little bit of a checkered past as well. He was convicted of larceny and discharged. But he did serve our country for decades. And Russia thinks he was a spy. He was convicted as a spy. So he's serving, I think it's 16 years. Now the thing about that is he was actually convicted in Russia in 2018. So Trump had almost 2 years to bring him home as a prisoner exchange as well. Um, and Trump is actually criticizing Biden for bringing home Brittany Griner, who's an Olympian, and uh, Paul Whalen's brother here. Actually, you can see here, Paul Whalen's brother actually spoke out and slammed former President Donald Trump after the prisoner swap criticism. And Paul Whalen was actually a Trump supporter. But Paul Whalen's brother said, the brother of former Marine Paul Whalen, who has been in prison in Russia for nearly 4 years, slammed former President Donald Trump on Friday after Trump criticized the Biden administration for the deal it struck to free WNBA star Brittany Griner, but not Whalen. David Whalen said in a post on Twitter that Trump seems to have mentioned his brother's wrongful detention more in the past 24 hours than he did during the 2 years of presidency during which Whalen was imprisoned. His brother said, quote, "I don't suggest he cares now any more than he did then. Zero," he said. So, the thing is Trump could have brought him home. He had almost 2 years to make a prisoner exchange. And then I was also reading about this. This is the thing about Russia. Russia actually, Paul Whalen actually phoned home. They get to call home, in rare cases, but they do get to call home occasionally. A guard told Paul Whalen that they actually imprisoned him for the purpose of prisoner exchange. Yeah, I'll show you here. Yes, I want to show you a couple things here. This is right from Wikipedia, which is a decent source. On December 20th, 2018, when discussing Butina's arrest, which is somebody that they wanted to exchange for, Russian President Vladimir Putin stated that Russia, quote, will not arrest innocent people simply to exchange them, which honestly, a lot of people think that Russia does do that. You guys can let me know your thoughts here on this, especially with Griner's case. They arrest her and put her, they imprison her for 8 years for really something pretty minor. Pretty minor. I get everybody has different opinions on it. I get it then. And when Whalen was arrested, he said a trial would not begin for at least 6 months, and that they were already talking about a prisoner exchange before he was even sentenced, before he was even, made guilty. He said, "quote I presume that he is innocent because for now I haven't even seen any evidence against him that would prove otherwise." A few weeks later is when Whalen had been aware of the contents of this USB drive that was given to him and believed contained material of value such as photographs, videos, and anything at all about his previous holiday in Russia, of which Russia used to convict him of spying or espionage. His lawyer said they believe Russia would now seek a prisoner swap for him. And Whalen said in court that the case was a sham to use him to influence the United States. "We have proven my innocence. We have proven fabrication. This is slimy, greasy, corrupt Russian politics. Nothing more, nothing less." Quote. He said that. And that might be the reason why Russia doesn't like him that much anymore and doesn't want to deal with him as much as they've been willing to prisoner exchange with other prisoners. You can see here, family members said Whalen had been told that he had been arrested to be exchanged for a Russian prisoner in the United States, mentioning Konstantin Yaronchenko, who was later prisoner exchanged for American Trevor Reed, who President Biden was able to prisoner exchange and bring home this year on July 27th, 2022. So Biden was able to bring him home as well in a prisoner exchange. So you remember, if you watched my show here, about a day or so ago, we showed Biden's speech, and he said that the circumstances around Paul Whalen, that Russia's treating him differently, and they tried to do a 2-for-1 swap with Whalen and Griner for the Merchant of Death, and they just weren't having it. They just weren't having it, and maybe they just don't want to release Whalen. We don't know, but maybe it's because of what he said about Russia. Who knows? Who knows? A lot of people are upset about this. I get it, but honestly, we just don't know what Russia is willing to do, and maybe it's because of what he said about them. And honestly, if you badmouth Russia, they probably don't take very kindly to it. So you can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Next up, let's do our giveaway. We're doing every few videos, we're doing a trivia question. If you can guess the answer to it, you can win money directly from us. We're doing it every few videos. We did it for Thanksgiving, we did it for Halloween, and we're going to continue to do this going forward. The way it works here is if you can guess the answer to this trivia question, you could win money directly from us. If you guess correctly, you'll be entered into the pool of people who have guessed correctly. And from there, we will pick a couple winners for every video that has a trivia question to win. And the answers are picked at random. We have a program that just picks them at random. So that's just kind of the way it works. And we're doing $50 per winner. So if you can guess the answer to this trivia question here, all you got to do to guess is just leave a comment down below. Just leave a comment down below. Okay, in the classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie, I think it was the 1964 movie. We did a similar question to this previously. This is a different question. What was Rudolph's girlfriend's name? What was Rudolph's girlfriend's name? Comment down below. Yeah, if you know the answer. So let me mark this down that I did this question. And yeah, so if you know the answer, leave a comment down below. If you just want to guess, leave a comment down below. Yeah, and we're gonna have more questions like this. I love doing these kind of trivia questions. It's fun. I like doing the "What's in the box" question previously, but I also like doing the trivia question. And as you can see, we're doing them themed. We're doing them themed. So this is our kind of our Christmas theme, and previously we did Thanksgiving theme, Halloween theme. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I'll keep you up to date here. Make sure to subscribe down below to our YouTube channel. Just click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on new trivia questions and everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. Click the bell icon after you subscribe. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember those times. Tune in at those times every day here on YouTube. If you show up on YouTube and don't see our thumbnail or video right there on the YouTube homepage, just search for It's Jimmy, click on videos, and go directly to my newest video, or just click the bell so you get the updates that show. You'll get a notification right there on your screen. And if you're not getting our notifications, you probably need to go on your device, on your phone or your tablet or whatever it is, and just make sure you go into your settings, go into your YouTube settings, and make sure you have notifications enabled underneath YouTube. So I get questions from that a lot, and that's probably the reason why you're not allowing YouTube to send you notifications. So I'll keep you up to date here with everything. You can click here to watch my newest video next, or you can click here to watch my newest video about a bill that the Congress just passed and a potential $3,000 checks they're trying to send out to millions of Americans. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.